all our lives can be going in two different directions based on the voices that we all listen to. Your life right now could be going somewhere that you may even thought it never should be based on what you've been hearing. I'm gonna be talking about two different voices that we all could be receiving right now. Which one should we really follow? Let's get right into it. What's going on, Preneurs? Welcome back. Today's conversation is about the voices we listen to. And before you start thinking about what the voices is, right? I'm talking about not like the good or the bad voice or anything like that. I'm talking about two major voices. And I'm gonna tell you about the two paths depending on the voices you listen to. And at the end, I'm gonna tell you whose voice are they actually, all right? So let's get right into it. So the first voice is one of these voices that might tell you, you know what? Maybe you should go to college. Right? So you exit high school, you go to college, and what happens next? You know, maybe you get your degree, maybe you go into debt, maybe you have a couple different things. I have a couple thoughts right here as well. And after you go to college, then you're told to do what? Go get your 9-to-5 job so you can start doing different things, maybe get your career, you get your benefits plan, you get all that. Why? Because it's supposed to be safe, secure, right? And maybe you think about having a family in the future. So that's what you're told to do next. Then from there, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go what? Work consistently to pay off the debt that you probably acquired in college. You know, maybe you already purchased a home, maybe you got your new car, maybe you have, you know, some different, you know, student loans coming your way because of what you've already done. So now you're working to pay off some of the decisions you have already in the past. That's the third advice you might get. Another advice you might get as well is now you gotta go and trade your time, okay? So you're gonna get up and you're gonna go trade your time for money. So work for money. All right, so you're gonna be told to go chase money. Go, chase, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. That might be the advice you're receiving as well. So the next one you're gonna receive is 2 weeks of freedom. Have you ever been asked, you know, so when are you taking your vacation? You know, and then you got 2 weeks every year to be able to do it. So now you get to plan out maybe your vacation. You gotta plan it out maybe 72 weeks in advance because you have other people competing for it as well. But that's your whole mindset is, okay, what is really my freedom? So maybe you want to go to Dubai, maybe you want to go to Italy, maybe you want to go to Jamaica, whatever it is, you get to go there for 2 weeks and that's what you get for the year, all right? Next after that is you might be told to stick to a schedule. Ever been told to stick to a schedule? You know, you got to do the same thing every day, like almost like a robot, right? But they're going to tell you, you know, sell it to you like, hey, stick to a schedule. That might be the advice you're receiving as well. And the last advice that you're going to be able to receive is don't work, just work, retire, right? And now you get to live. Now you get to really travel. Now you get to do everything you want to do in life when you're older. So you're supposed to what? Work until you get older, and then you're supposed to live. That is the first trait of advice that you may what? Get, and that's going to put you in a certain direction, right? The second advice that you may get, and this is advice that I was blessed to be able to receive as well, but I heard the first one. But the second one was this. I was told to be a lifelong learner. Don't just go to college. Always learn, right? So when college has a curriculum, it has what? Specific things they want you to learn, but outside of that, what do? So the advice I received over here was, hey, read a book every week, you know, listen to podcasts, have mentors around, always be learning. Every room you're in, there's something you can be learning from. Everyone you speak to, there's always something you can be learning from. So always be a lifelong learner, not a curriculum, not a semester learner. The next advice that I got was start a business, okay? Why? Because if you understand your value, you're not gonna just chase money. You're not gonna exchange time for money. You're gonna go work for a company, and based on the value, you get the equity of that company. So equity is everything because you have ownership of what you are working for, all right? So if you understand the value of who you are, you won't just exchange time for money because you understand your time is very valuable. So you're gonna make sure your performance is paid exponentially. Next one is build income streams. So based on the work that I'm doing, what type of income streams am I receiving, right? You know, first I need to build a big Mississippi River, and then there's different streams that come, but I do need multiple streams eventually coming into my accounts based on what I'm doing. Because if I have more than one bill, how can I not have more than one income stream, right? So eventually that's something that you want to start developing. That was advice that I was able to receive as well. Another one was make money work for you. Don't chase money anymore. So if your money's not at work coming back and working for you, then therefore your money is not even alive, right? So how much money do you have right now in your bank account, your checking, your savings? Or maybe you're under your mattress in your sock because you don't trust what's happening with the bank right now. Maybe you see what's happening on with inflation. You're like, man, my money's just sitting, but it's not at work. Make your money go to work for you, just the same way some of us get up and work for money each and every day. Another advice I was able to receive is, when are you gonna have freedom whenever you want it? Right? Don't just have a schedule, right? But don't just say, you know what, I wanna be free just for 2 weeks. Like, you get to choose. This guy told me that if I was able to position myself doing what he does, then eventually I will be free for the rest of my life because I am in control of my own time. No one controls that. I'm in control of my money. That means I'm in control of who I get to spend my time with and wherever I want to spend my time at. So having time whenever you want it, having freedom whenever you want it is very, very important if that's something you want as well. And the next one was, don't just have a schedule set for you. You set your schedule on what is a priority for you. Like maybe faith is your priority, so you have a big part of that in your schedule every day. Maybe family is a big priority for you, so you have a big part of that in your schedule every day. Maybe fitness is very important to you. Maybe you know, checking your money, finances. Maybe you just work. You love to work, but you get to what? Control it, right? So you get to set that schedule for you. Like for me, faith is big for me. So in the morning, that's exactly what I'm doing in the morning. Then from there, I spend time with my family. It's very big for me. Then I'm going at the office working, right? And then so I have different things that I know I have to complete each and every day because I control the schedule. Someone doesn't control it for me. So whatever I put my attention to will expand. That's real freedom. Another one is live a life of freedom. Live a life of freedom. I don't want someone to tell me when I should be free. I don't want to wait to a certain age to say I'm free. I don't have no problem working for that. So I'm financially independent so I can have the freedom, but live a life of freedom, right? I don't want to have to be in a position of just getting old and then saying now I can now finally get to live. Why? Because most time when that happens is that your retirement that you are receiving, the income you're receiving, is decreasing because inflation is surpassing it. So I never want to be in that position, right? So those are the two voices I listened to. The first voice, who do you think it was from? Who's that voice? The first one I gave you, the first couple points was 7 points. It's society's voice, by the way. That might be your family, that might be your friends, that might be the people closest to you, right? It's the culture around you that says, you know what, just go to college, just go get something safe and benefits because eventually you're gonna have a family. You want security, right? That's the word, security, right, that you want, right? Maybe you gotta go work for, for a certain type of salary. Even though you are worth more and you know you're worth more, you will still exchange time for money because that's what you're told to do. Maybe you're supposed to get this 2-week vacation because that's all you're supposed to get in a year. It's only 2 weeks, right? That's it, right? And someone has to tell you when those 2 weeks are, right? You don't really control those 2 weeks. And then, oh wait, you're supposed to work for 30, 40 years. And then maybe, because retirement is not guaranteed, maybe be a retire and now you can go and live. No. That is society's voice. But success voice says, you know what? No. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do opposite. Let's be a lifelong learner. Why? Because I'm always developing. I'm always going to keep working. I'm always going to be able to keep growing. I know that this is permanent growth in me, right? Things around me might be changing, but I know one thing is always going to keep changing for the better is me, right? And I'm going to consistently keep going all the way down until I live a life of freedom. Which voice are you listening to? Because literally your life right now is going in one direction or the other direction. And I've seen people that follow that first voice, which was society's voice, and they literally been in this situation where nothing's really happened. They're kind of flatlining, right? But what's happening today is people are starting to make a decision on transferring to the success voice, which is saying, I've seen many people follow this route. Even though there's risk involved, I'd rather take risk and live than take no risk and die. So with that, Preneurs, go ahead and tag another entrepreneur, another leader, someone that's trying to make the shift of what voices should they be listening to right now because they know they're worth more. They know they should be living a life of freedom. They know they have more purpose in them. And make sure that you go in and tag anyone else that you know right now that wants to position their life to take it to a whole different life. Why? Because if you increase your life 1% each day, you're gonna increase your profit, your passion, your purpose, and so you can live your best Preneur life. We'll see you guys in the next one.